So some of you may need to look up the Baha'i faith, but first things first, to explain, it's more or less saying that all these different religions and faiths that are running around are different chapters to the same book. Hit me up, I'll throw you the website, I'll probably attach it to here, to this video as well. But I met our new local Baha'i today. He declared online. Very sweet guy. He's very quiet. 20 years old, college student. Seems very intelligent. He's the third male we have between ages 15 and 30, as opposed to probably 10 or 15 females. So this will be a good start to getting a little more balance in our community and that age range. But after that, it is where it really got interesting for me. The last couple days I've kind of been having a lot of time for introspection and a lot of need for it. Dating, I guess, kind of makes you open your eyes to who you are and what you want in life and what you're about. There's a friend of mine who's also a Baha'i. He's one of the ones I've known the longest out of this community. He and I had lunch at Jerusalem Grill, I think it's called. Very, very good Middle Eastern food. I had very limited amount of stuff on that menu, and it was delicious. But he made me realize that I'm not as different or as far-fetched as I seem to think. That there are a lot of people that start off like me, and he made a comment that I always seem to be going in a million different directions, and I couldn't have said it better myself. It's amazing how much people can observe, even the people that you barely see. Because I don't see him or his family very often. I haven't been around the Baha'i community as much as I would have liked to lately. But I started realizing that I've avoided opening up to a lot of the Baha'i community out of fear, because it's difficult and it's painful and it's scary. And I've heard people use the term family a lot in reference to their spiritual community. We have a great community here. We have some very, very wonderful people. And this gentleman is no exception at all. He's wonderful, and him and his wife have made a huge, huge effort to try and bring me into the community, and I've resisted probably more than I should have. But everything that's been going on lately has kind of made me realize that it's time to start opening up to people. And most of you probably think that I'm a very open person to begin with. I'm very honest. I'm very upfront, but being open and being honest are very, very different things, for the record. Something I started realizing with the people I call my family, the ones I worked with in Korea, the royal family, my crazy, ignorant family, my brothers. I love them dearly. I would die for any one of them without thinking twice about it, no lie. It was kind of a rough process getting used to having people that knew me. I've moved around my whole life. The 2 years I spent in Korea is the longest I've ever lived anywhere. No lie. There's places I've come back to, but 2 years straight in one place was a real learning experience for me. It was very, very difficult, and to have these people that knew me personally, that knew my habits, that knew all the things that I didn't want people to know, just from observing me, was incredibly difficult. So now I'm at this new place, and I'm seeing these same people over and over again, and they're apparently picking up on things faster than I expected them to. And I always had trouble with intimacy, but at some point I figured out that intimacy wasn't limited to sexual or romantic relationships. it's very much a part of daily life with people that you love. And apparently, people becoming your family can involve quite a lot of discomfort. Because I realized that this friend that I had lunch with has become more and more like a brother, and especially after the conversation we had today, and realizing how much he knows me. Wow. That was hard. And I realized he's a lot more like a brother than I realized before. So, this is an interesting process, this growing up business. I'm almost 25. When I was a teenager, I would have assumed I had it all figured out by now. Not even close. Definitely doing better than when I was a teenager, but some things I'm not sure you ever figure out. But my friend had some interesting ideas on how I should go about things, and I can't disagree with him. A very intelligent man, very helpful. He's been a Baha'i for a long time. And I think I'm going to try and go to the Grand Canyon conference like he suggested, and I don't know about the rest. I want to go to India, and he suggested a very, very outstanding way that I could pull that off. But it requires some adjustment on my part now, as far as finances and, the car that I keep trying to buy, because it's not practical to buy an expensive car that I'll still be paying off when I get out of the army if I'm going to up and go to India for a few months. Nothing's set in stone. Not sure it ever is, but it's been an interesting day for me already, and it's 2:30 in the afternoon. More soon, yeah, guys.